first things first. If you are watching this on the YouTubes, what you're going to want to do is click the, come on, work with me. There it is. The subscribe button and also the bell so you get notified when new videos come on. If you're watching somewhere else, what you're going to want to do is after this video, if you like what I'm talking about, you're going to go over to YouTube, search my first and last name, click on the subscribe button and the bell so you get notified when new videos come on. New stuff comes on all the time, okay? So if you're not subscribed, you ain't gonna see it, is how that goes. And I don't want you to miss out. And so there is that. Get this out of here. All right, Denise, good morning, Martha. Good morning, Michelle. Oh, Denise said hi, Herman. Denise said hi, buddy. Oh, yeah. Good morning, Jenna. Good morning, beautiful. Shoot. Someone said, is this live? This is 100% live, y'all. Misty, good morning, Martha. And Herman, good morning to you. Okay. What was I gonna do? Oh, yes. Oh, this. What y'all know about that? Subscribe and comment to win stuff. Do you guys know about that? I could tell you. So here's how that works. Every week, and I have my winner right here on my notepad. Every week, one person is gonna win something from just doing these two things. Being subscribed to my YouTube channel, which again, you just search Martha Krejci on YouTube, right? Copy paste if you need to. I know it's a weird name. So you search for that on YouTube, and all you do is comment on my videos on YouTube. So basically, once a week, every Sunday night, I go through and I look at the comments from the past week, and then I find out if that person is subscribed. If they are indeed subscribed, they win something. And one person every week. So you literally, you don't have to buy anything, nothing. Just comment and be subscribed. Which honestly, if we call it, you guys, is already a really good thing anyway. Because if you're wanting to grow your business without having to spend money on ads and feeling good about it and feeling good about the way that you show up in the world, I'm already your girl anyway. So you should already be subscribed. So this is just going to get you some free stuff along with it because I like to give things away also. Hi, I'm Martha. I love to give things away. That's how things go. All right? So, let's see. Joy, hey, switching to watching on YouTube instead of Facebook. There you are. That's it. Denise, I'm late too. Oh, you guys are fun. Okay. So let me go ahead and start this. Okay, guys, so what we're going to talk about today is why I bought a 2020 Corvette. It's being delivered this morning within the hour. So yes, you will see more. It looks like this. Those of you that are watching on Instagram won't see this, and I'm sorry for that. Go watch on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? It looks like this. I am typically more of a Bentley, Rolls-Royce, Cadillac kind of girl. That's typically where I'm at. I want to talk to you about why I'm getting a Corvette though. Because my husband loves supercars like McLarens and I don't know. I hear all of these names of cars that I really don't, I've got no business knowing about any of these cars. There's a lot of horsepowers, apparently, apparently they go fast, right? Here's how I fell in love with the 2020 Corvette, okay? So this is a picture of it. Let me show you another picture. It's going to take up the whole screen though, okay? There it is. There it is. So what we got, you guys, and I'll just leave it up here so you can see it. Whoops. I have to get rid of this, I suppose. All right, there we go. What I got was a 2020 convertible. It's that Accelerate Yellow, which is a brand color of mine anyway. Like yellow is already a brand color of mine. So I'm like, well, that makes sense. Okay. So there's that. But the story goes way deeper than that and way more inspiring than that and way more in alignment with my life. Like, how is a Corvette in alignment with my life is the weirdest thing ever. So let's talk about it. Whenever Mike was telling me about the 2020 Corvette, he was like, oh, and it's a convertible. It's a convertible too. When he was telling me about the 2020 Corvette, what he said was this. He goes, it was a huge risk. It was a massive risk because whenever car companies change things, the 2020 Corvette is a Stingray, so to speak. It looks very, very different. It's got a, I think it's mid something engine. So the engine isn't in the front of the car. And it's also technically not in the back of the car. It's behind the seat. Okay. So it's mid engine, I think is what is like the term. I'm not sure. But anyway, there's some very different things about this Corvette than all the Corvettes before. And so the risk, because there are a lot of people, here's what Mike just told me yesterday, is that the new Mustang that's an electric version of the Mustang, it's Mach something, it has gotten a lot of bad feedback. So it was changed. So they changed the Mustang to be, here, Herman, I'm going to get you on this chair. They changed the Mustang, or a version of it, into an electric, okay? And in doing so, they ticked a whole lot of people off. So it was a risk, and then that risk ticked a lot of people off. Here's what Corvette did. They changed it. They took the risk of changing the vehicle, but it blew up. Like, it's already a collector's item, and it just came out. It's the very beginning of this like new generation of Corvettes. And for me, in the way that I align with that, I fell in love with the story as soon as Mike told me that. The car could have looked like anything, right? I mean, maybe not an 83 Honda Accord, which was my first car. 83 Honda Accords in the house. It was brown and it was rusted out on top of that. It was no bueno, okay? So maybe I wouldn't have gotten that, but it really didn't matter what this Corvette looked like because it was the story behind it. It was the fact that this business took a massive risk of just ticking off their entire audience, and instead they hit and they won, and now it's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. What they have done is they have changed the game. They have made a supercar into, like, it's an American-made, essentially, supercar, you guys. It can go up against McLarens, which are multi-million-dollar cars. Okay? So, but it's American-made, and it is, and it's affordable, so to speak, right? And it's just, it's made accessible to people. And they knew that they were taking a risk, but they did it anyway. And so I align with that so much because I take risks all the time. This is what we have to do. We have to be able to take these risks. But it's so awesome when you take the risk and you win big. They took a risk and now they have a collector's item in the same year that the car was made. Does that make sense, you guys? It's such a massive win for them. And that's why I got the 2020 Corvette. A, it's my brand's color, so yes, yellow. You know, yeah, I want that, right? But B, it represents risk taken and a massive win from the risk taken. And that's the story that will always go along with that car. That's what I will always remember whenever I'm driving that car. People will be like taking pictures, and Mike's like, people are gonna follow you into parking lots and see if they can take video of your car or whatever, and that's fine. But as I'm driving it, me, and it's International Women's Day, by the way. This girl just paid cash for a Corvette today, International Women's Day. I represent all of us, okay? I don't just share things because I'm like, oh, I'm so awesome. I represent what is possible for all of us, right? And so I'm going to drive that car, and it's going to represent risk taken and won, period. And that, my friends, is why I got a 2020 Corvette. And it will be here within the next hour, and you guys will see all about it. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. This will probably be a shorter one because I need to get ready for the car to get here, honestly. Let's see. Janet, happy Monday to you. Heather, good morning on this beautiful Monday. Can't wait for Bridge to HBR. Yeah. If you're in Bridge to HBR, it's at 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you're not in Bridge to HBR yet, just message me. You can message me on my Facebook business page right here, Livin the Dream with Martha. Let me get this off. Yeah. Livin the Dream with Martha, and ask me about Bridge to HBR, or you can just do the darn thing, jump all the way into HBR, and your entire life is going to change. I told some people last night on a video, I'm getting ready to go to a convention on Thursday in Miami. And the convention is Thursday through Monday. We are diamond ticket holders, which means that we sit up there with the billionaires, okay? And again, I don't say that because I'm like, we're so awesome. I am going, Mike and I, my husband and I are going, and we are taking a seat for all of us. We're going to be representing this movement, HBR. We're going to be representing all of the future millionaires that are going to be coming out of showing up in service to their people, designing a life they want to live, living in service and taking care of people and not being salesy and weird and all of that. You guys, that is what HBR is. You will not see it anywhere else, period. My suggestion to you is if you are trying to build up a business and you're like, this isn't really working, get an HBR. If you're sitting at your cubicle or at your 9-to-5 job and you're like, man, I don't want to be here anymore, get in HBR. If you are sitting at home and you're like, I wish I could bring in income while I'm sitting here, y'all, get in HBR. It is changing people's lives. We have people making $12K a month. We had somebody make $125,000 a month. This is stuff that is happening. People's worlds are changing, and it won't just change you financially. It's going to change your world. It's going to change how you see yourself. It's going to change your relationships with your family, and it is going to change, if you have kids, how they see you, and it's going to change how they see them. Period. It will change you from the inside out into the best possible version of yourself, and you get to make money to boot. Okay? This is where life is going. The train has already pulled out of the station. Jump on. We're going, you guys. We're going. Let's do this. Don't sit here and get the tug and the nudge and be like, okay, I should totally do this, but I'm going to wait because I'm freaked out. You're only freaked out because your mind is like, oh, I think that might actually do something for us. And so it's like, oh my gosh, don't get eaten by a bear. Let me explain that a little bit more. Your mind, whenever you stand out, whenever you put your head above the crowd, your mind is like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get eaten by a bear. It goes into its primal senses of I need to protect her. I need to protect him because they're about to move into a whole different place. Your brain doesn't know that that place is better. It just knows it's different. Okay? So everybody's going to have that anxiety and that like, oh my gosh, I want to do that, but I'm freaked out. If you're freaked out, move in the direction of being freaked out, unless it's on the edge of a cliff and you're freaked out about jumping. Don't jump off a cliff. You know what I'm saying? If you're freaked out about something that can potentially happen in your world, move toward that. That means your body is externally reacting to an internal up-leveling. I am not kidding. This is real talk. If you're feeling freaked out and you're feeling the nudge, you need to move now, because here's what's going to happen if you don't. You're going to decide in 6 months or a year or whenever that you want to join. And then you're going to join, and then you're going to be mad at yourself because you didn't do it earlier, because you could have been so much further along. That's the truth. Okay? That's it. Oh my word. I just talked for a long time. Heather did a live last night. Yes. Holly, I am 65, retired. Have I waited too long to get on the train? Absolutely not. Oh my word. Let me get this off of there. You can start. I have 65-year-olds. I think I have a 72-year-old in there too. It doesn't matter. All you have to have is a heart for service. You don't even have to know what you're going to do. You don't need any of that. Any of that stuff that other people are like, well, a prerequisite to join in my thing is you need to have boo. Listen, you have to have a heart for service. You have to want to help other people on the planet. And I'm going to tell you right now, you wouldn't be watching me if that were not you, because I would annoy the crap out of you. Okay? You would be like, I don't like this girl, right? You wouldn't even be here. So I already know that it's you. And yes, you can 100% do this. Stop putting it off. Stop procrastinating. Stop deferring and delaying your success. You owe it to not only you, I'm just going to keep going. You owe it to not only you owe it to the person you used to be that you are here to now serve. If you do not show up, that person stays where they are. That person that you used to be is now your responsibility. Here's the beauty. It's easy to serve who you used to be, but it's only easy for you. You can't rely on other people to do that. It's only easy for you because it was you. And so now that person is your responsibility. We are our brother's keeper. Don't forget it. I'm going to pop out of here. I love you guys. Bye-bye.